Hello, it's Gemma. Welcome to Gem in the Mud. We're back at my oak tree sit spot for the fourth session. I meant to come yesterday, but I ended up with a dreadful migraine and feel a bit better today. And because I've set myself this challenge, it was quite easy to motivate myself to come out. So today I'm sitting on the opposite side of the trunk because it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's lots of people and dogs about, and I don't really want to be looking at those when I cook my vegetable pasta, which I'm planning to do. I'm starving, so let's get a move on. Cheers. I've got mango and strawberry tea. Should be nice. Just a few reflections on the last sit spot I did a couple of days ago. I don't know if you remember me mentioning, but my partner locked herself out of her phone, and I was in a right state about it. But after I returned home the other day from sitting under this oak tree, I felt a lot stronger and more able to be calm and kind. Oh, excuse me, got a nut stuck in my throat. Than I felt I was able to be previously. So it just gets so overwhelming. And I kind of felt my body yearning to be back sitting against the trunk of this tree. It's a shame where I'm sat today because I can't really sit comfortably against the trunk. So I've got nothing to support my back. And also I forgot my table, which comes in handy for cooking. But we'll manage, I'm sure. Just a little camping tip. I forgot that these bags of pasta are really flimsy, so the plastic tears really easily and everything falls out. But I've got some elastic bands wrapped around this smidge container for emergencies, so that'll come in perfectly to secure this bag. I decanted the pasta into this bowl. It's got the water boiling there. I'm having to cook the meal in batches because the frying pan's so small, and I'm noticing how in the sunlight cooking vegetables is a real feast for the eyes, with all the vibrant colours. Dancing around. The rest of it I'm sort of mixing it in as I go. I've ended up facing the way I normally do anyway at the moment, because the ground's not very flat. And people keep looking over the fence, staring at me as if I'm a zoo animal. When you can't sit with your back against a tree, you can always sort of run your hands along the bark. It's really soothing. I'm just wondering exactly how old this tree is. At least twice my age, I would have thought. So 100. I'm amazed the gas has lasted this long. I've bought a spare one just in case. Almost done now. I've got some tomatoes and beans there with some chili powder and oregano just to give it a bit of flavour. And it does look absolutely delicious. The vegetables are sort of al dente and a little bit burnt as well. And I'm not expecting it to be super hot, but it's going to be super tasty, I know that. Well, that is really delicious. I'll add a little bit more chilli, I think. Needs a bit more of a kick. There are lots of insects hanging in the air, but they're not biting me, I don't think. I don't want to to speak too soon, but magpies seem to like this area. Silly me, I've just looked behind me and there's this perfect spot for me to sit on top of my bag. It's like an armchair with the sides of the trunk coming around to embrace me. How sweet. I'm sure this is going to be very comfortable. This is perfect. See, I've got a nice little ledge for my arm there, and I'm looking up and the branches are reaching over the top of me, almost like a protective embrace against the sky. Well, it turns out my eyes are too big for my stomach. I can't eat anymore, and I've still got a whole bowl full of food there, so somehow I've got to get it home without a lid and just a plastic bag, but sure, I'll manage. Before we go, I've bought Felicity by Mary Oliver, a book of poems that was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize, a New York Times bestseller. I've just opened it at random and I'll read the poem that's there, if I can manage to. This morning the redbird's eggs have hatched and already the chicks are chirping for food. They don't know where it's coming from. They just keep shouting, more, more. As to anything else, they haven't had a single thought. Their eyes haven't yet opened. They know nothing about the sky that's waiting, or the thousands, the millions of trees. They don't even know they have wings. And just like that, like a simple neighbourhood event, a miracle is taking place. Nothing is too small to be wondered about. The cricket doesn't wonder if there's a heaven, or if there is, if there's room for him. It's fall. Romance is over. Still he sings. If he can, he enters a house through the tiniest crack under the door. Then the house grows colder. He sings slower and slower. Then nothing. This must mean something. I don't know what. But certainly it doesn't mean he hasn't been an excellent cricket all his life. This isn't a cricket on my page, I don't think, but he's very welcome. It's certainly a lot warmer sitting here than it was 2 days ago when I nearly froze to death. Really hot actually, the sun is really keeping me nice and warm. I'm just wondering whether I'll be seeing the same birds and animals again and again, because this is their territory, their area, or maybe they don't have a particular area that they live in, they just go from tree to tree, I don't know. Interesting thought. There are a couple of single bluebells here, which is very unusual for this area of the park. This Hospital Hill Wood has masses of bluebells, and Claybury Wood, which is where we are, virtually has none. So the seed must have blown over from Hospital Hill Wood and self-planted here, or arrived on somebody's shoe. I can see a woodpecker hole right near the top. I found out that oak trees have quite a lot of fire resistance because the bark is so thick that it protects the inner core of the tree. and keeps it alive, which is just as well after the arson attempt on it. It's our beautiful tree we've just been sitting under. There's another oak over here. You can see there's a big slice being taken out of one of the main branches coming off the trunk. It sort of reminded me of a tomb that you'd see at a Parisian graveyard with the Virgin Mary inside. Anyway, I'm going to head back up that path. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying my videos. It's always appreciated. I can hear a woodpecker. Such a magical place. And all being well, I shall see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye.